Hello everybody. So this video is talking about the full moon of January, which is called the Wolf Moon, W-O-L-F. This Wolf Moon will occur on January 10th, today, at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1921 at GMT, and will coincide with a lunar eclipse for sky watchers in much of the world. During this eclipse, the moon will pass through the Earth's faint outer shadow, called the penumbra, P-E-N-U-M-B-R-A. With this, it is going to speak about a lot of different opportunities that this moon is going to bring to you. In reference to this wolf moon, I want you to understand that this particular moon is called the wolf moon. There's a lot of, it's going to give like the shadow of the moon's face, like a tea-stained color, for about 4 hours, and that will begin at 12:07 p.m., which was this afternoon, with a maximum eclipse occurring at 2:10 p.m. The eclipse will be visible everywhere except from the United States or central Canada, a majority of South America and Antarctica. The full moon happens once every 27 days. When the moon and the sun are exactly opposite sides of the earth, the moon looks illuminated because we see the sun's light reflected from it. So the moon's illuminated, again, because of the lights from the sun reflects it, but because the moon's rotation period is the same as its orbital period, we always see the same face of our satellite world from the Earth. You want to know how the lunar eclipse works. For the most part, it seems like the time of the full moon is the same everywhere, since it's determined by where the moon is relative. Relative to the Earth. But rather than it appears in its position is in the sky, which is slightly different depending on the location. In accordance with the local times, observers in the British Isles and Portugal will see the moon become full at 7:21 p.m. today, while those in the Western continental, like Europe, will see it around 8:21 p.m. And sky watchers on the East Coast, where I'm at, or the East Coast of Australia, will see it at 5:21 a.m. on January 11th, right? Because they're different than us. In New York City, that's where I'll match up with, is you'll see the moon will rise at 4:45 p.m., which is a local time, according to, I think it's timeanddate.com. The moon will be in constellation Gemini and will rise about 2 minutes before sunset. Now, one would expect that it would pass through Earth's shadow because the planes of the moon's orbit around Earth is tilted. Sorry, I read that wrong. However, the lunar eclipse does not happen every time the moon is full. So just understand that. It seems that the penumbral lunar eclipse on January 10th will be the first of our 4 lunar eclipses that are going to happen in 2020. The next 3 will also be the penumbral type A. Penumbral eclipse doesn't darken the moon nearly as much as a total lunar eclipse, also known as a blood moon, right? So during a total lunar eclipse, the moon passes through the inner part of the Earth's shadow, called the umbra. As that light from the sun is reflected through the Earth's atmosphere, it darkens until it turns a reddish color. That's where we get the blood moon. So anyway, what we can talk about today, and I'd like to show you this picture because I think it's pretty cool. So what we talk about today is the fact that the wolf moon, okay, because that's what we're dealing with, the wolf moon, it's called that according to the Old Farmer's Almanac. And the name may date back to the Native American tribes, each colonial times when wolves would howl outside the villages. According to the Ontario Native Literacy Project, Okay, people's called it Mindo, I think it's Geissus, the spirit moon, marking a time of prayer and contemplation. The tinglet of the Pacific Northwest call the January full moon Twas Dis or Goose Moon, while the Haiti call it Tan Kungay or Bear Hunting Moon, according to the Tingent Moon and Tide Teaching Resources published by the University of Alaska at Fairbanks. In China, the traditional lunar calendar calls this moon lunation, the 12th moon, and it's named for the practice of preserving meats during the winter. So hopefully you guys can enjoy this wolf moon. It is considered a super blood wolf moon eclipse tonight, and it's the last until 2021 for this type of moon. You'll have to wait until 2022 to catch the next total lunar eclipse. But that is all very exciting. But what I want to speak to you about is that this is definitely going to be very exciting. You can watch that event happen online on the webcast. Also know that a lot of you have been trying to change a lot of plans, change a lot of things that have been happening. A lot of you have been trying to work very hard to get things to go in a different direction or on a different level. What I feel for you guys today, especially with this eclipse coming or happening as we speak, I have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is going to talk about you grabbing everything that you can and trying to make something different, trying to make it better than what it was before. You're definitely striving to get something to get on a new track or on a new path. You're also wanting something fresh and new. A lot of you are getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. It seems that you have exhausted yourself in some type of relationship or commitment that you were involved in that didn't serve you or serve your well-being. It is going to be an opportunity for you guys for now to be able to interact with one another and create a lot of different events. Where the blood moon is falling into the patterns now, where you guys are trying to make decisions, again, based on your own abilities, based on the tools that you have given to you. A lot of us have sat back for a while just waiting for something to happen, but we haven't taken any action to make something happen. So it's important today, air, fire, water, and earth signs, to take yourself to another level. Get busy now with prayer, writing down what it is that you want to change, what it is you want to do better, what it is that you want to apply yourself to more, and write it down. And then make sure every day you're going over this and putting affirmations to it. If you need help with positive affirmations, just go on YouTube, and there's plenty of videos there. I think Abraham Hicks is one of the very good ones to follow for positive affirmations. It is very helpful and inspiring as well. For the rest of this video, I want to pull a card for today. For each element. So I have 1, I have 2, I have 3, and I have 4. So each element. So again, the card for all of you today, for all of the elements, was this card where we spoke of the Seven of Swords. Taking everything that you have and trying to get it or mold it into something better. Trying to do something different with it. Trying to get a different outcome. That is for all watching this video. For air signs, you have the Eight of Pentacles, willing to put in the work today, willing to try as hard as you can to get something done or completed. Maybe it's a whole bunch of jobs or tasks that you had available at work that needed to be completed by a certain date. I feel like you're going to accomplish them. If this is a relationship or trying to get somebody who's not talking to you right now, or arguing or just distant from somebody, there is going to be communication coming. Fire signs, you have this Three of Swords. You're still struggling to get over a broken heart, fire signs. Still struggling to get over that broken heart, but it is coming. It is going to change, especially with this lunar eclipse going on. Water signs, water signs. Water signs, you have the Empress card. So either you have a Libra in your life, or you have an air sign in your life, or water signs, you are wanting to put somebody up on a pedestal where they belong. So maybe finally somebody might even be putting you up on that pedestal where you belong. And that's the energy for today. Somebody's starting to appreciate who you are. Earth signs. Earth signs, you have the Page of Pentacles. Earth signs, you're looking at things very carefully. You are definitely trying to size something up, make sure it's going to fit, whether that's a part to put in your car, whether that's jeans that you may be purchasing, something that simple, or it could be you trying to size someone up to see if they will fit into your life, to see if they will work with what you have, to see if you can balance each other out, kind of like peanut butter and jelly, right? Goes together. So same thing. You're trying to see if, even though your worlds are so different than the other person's, or your lifestyle, whatever it is, you're going to try to see where you can find a balance to go with that. At the bottom of the deck, sorry, I dropped it. At the bottom of the deck, the card that we have today is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is talking about an offer being given, definitely. Somebody bringing an offer to you. Again, air, fire, water, earth. Somebody is bringing an offer to you. Don't turn it down. Some of you may want to turn it down trying to show that you're not being so easily persuaded anymore, to try to show that you're not at somebody's convenience. But that's only going to hurt yourself. So you're pretty much biting off your nose to spite your own face. So cut that out. Cut that out. Also, too, this could have to do with Pisces. You may be communicating, one of you, between air, fire, water, and earth. You may be going to communicate with a Piscean. Maybe. Or another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So, with all this being said, I am happy to have come to you and be able to talk about the wolf moon that is here and is going to be all around us. And for the next 6 months, we are going to experience a lot of effects because of this eclipse. So stay tuned, okay? Come and join me. I'm coming on live now. I am going to offer mini reads for $100 through PayPal, or I am going to offer $30 for one question, not two, but one. Put all of your questions or all of the reason that you want your mini read, what that's about, pick a subject, put it in the notes area so that I can answer your question. If you did not put a note in there, I will send your money back, and you'll have to get back in line all the way to the end, which I may not get to today. So let's see who can be first come, first serve. I do already have a prepayment from Tammy W, so I will be addressing you as soon as I come on live.